guarantee your spot on our first show next week. This is how you do it. You follow me on Twitter. If you're one of the 5 new followers on my Twitter handle, @HGramNFL, you can message me too. Be like, hey, I watched the Chiefs report. I want a shout out. I will shout all the first 5 of you guys out on the next show. A lot of you guys submit your questions, which we got a mailbag coming up in a second. And I'm like, hey, that's your best chance to get on the show. This is a guarantee to be on the show. Follow me on Twitter. If you're one of the first 5 new followers, I will shout you guys to start the next show. Give you guys a shout out. It's the easiest way to get on the show. And hey, if you ask me a question, I might even answer it for you guys as well. Speaking of questions, mailbag time. Thanks to everybody who's #Chiefs. That's coming up right now. Kevin Kilner using #Chiefs. Big K-State guy. I don't know why he didn't just ask me to bring back Colin Klein as well. Could we see Tyler Lockett, DJ Reed, Cody Whitehair, or even Jordy Nelson, who hasn't been in the NFL in like 5 years, on the Chiefs lineup in the next 3 years? Okay, only 2 years. Producer Brett, big K-State alum, reminded me on that one. For those of you who don't know, big Kansas State fan, obviously. All of those players played at K-State. Let's focus on Lockett because he's the name we all know, right? And I've actually mentioned him a couple of times before. Could you imagine how awesome he would be on the Chiefs offense? He's super underrated and underutilized because the Seahawks are determined to be a run-first football team despite having Russell Wilson. But that's another story for a different day. It's intriguing. 2 years, $25 million left on his contract, which, by the way, is a steal of a contract for a wide receiver of his caliber. Over 1,000 yards last season, 8 touchdowns, 13 yards a grab. Excellent punt and kick returner as well. He's been one of my favorite players for a long time. Watched him in person at K-State in college a few times because I went to TCU. He torched us a couple of times. It was a rough go playing the Wildcats. But could you imagine him next to McCole Hardman and Tyreek Hill? Because obviously in this scenario, Sammy Watkins is gone by then. That would be incredible. It's a lot of fun to think about. Probably unlikely. The Seahawks are probably going to give him an extension sooner rather than later, and the Chiefs aren't going to trade for him. Fun to think about. Love the question. Don't think DJ Reed is a player the Chiefs are interested in, though. Appreciate that done from Kevin. But I'll ask you guys, would you like to see Tyler Lockett on the Chiefs? Type Y for yes, type N for no. We all would like to, right? So I better see a lot of Ys in the comment section. Just reply to the pinned comment. I'll pose that question right there. You guys can have fun in the comment section. Blake Davis up next here on our Chiefs mailbag. Who will start at left guard? Let me prelude this with a lot of you guys in the comments. You don't know football. Kelechi Osemele has played his entire career at left guard. Okay, I'm just penciling him in on the graphic at right guard because that's where Laurent Duvernay-Tardif started. Left guard, right guard, he's going to take one of those. Relax. I understand football. Trust me. The Chiefs haven't necessarily said which spot he's going to play at. I assume he's going to start at one of those spots. I think that's a safe assumption, which means there's one guard spot up for grabs, left or right. Not a big deal. That is up for discussion. I think Andrew Wiley's got the inside track there, but there are other guys in the mix certainly to take that other guard spot. And with Lucas Niang opting out, it's even more of a competition, I would say. Who will start at the other guard spot? Type 1 for Andrew Wiley, type 2 for Mike Remmers, type 3 for Martinez Rankin, type 4 for Nick Allegretti. I know you guys big Martinez Rankin fans. Keep in mind, he's on the PUP list, so he would have to be activated before week 1 of the season. 1, 2, 3, or 4, let me know. We got Chiefs face coverings available for you guys. A lot of new ones now. They're very popular, so they're a little back-ordered right now, but go ahead and hop in line and order today. These will ship out sooner rather than later. Chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. This can get cold in the winter or don't want to get sunburned, go ahead and order that neck one. It's a cool look as well. Lots of new 3-packs are available, including this USA-themed one. That's my personal favorite from the new launching of the masks. Yes, we still have the Mahomes 2-pack available. Yes, we still have the 4-pack available. It's all at the same link, chatsports.com/Chiefs masks. If you're weird or if you just want the old styles, you can pick those as well. They're all still available. Go to that link. It's in the comments and in the description. Mask up today. James Duncan, are there any good O-line free agents or O-line trade targets for the Chiefs? Not going to focus on trade targets just because you're going to trade for a backup. So, I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. There's a couple of guards still out there that I think are worth exploring. You're set at tackle, so I don't think that's a problem there. Even with Niang opting out, he was maybe your swing tackle, but you got Fisher, you got obviously Mitchell Schwartz. Ron Leary's a guy I've always liked. Now, he's a better run blocker, so maybe not the perfect fit, but he's played in the AFC West. He's familiar. He was really good with the Cowboys a few years back. I like his game. He's only 31, 75 plus or 76 career starts there. Josh Kline is another guy available, just 30 years old, 77 career starts in the NFL. Leary most recently with the Broncos, Kline most recently with the Vikings. Both are free agents now. You could go get one of those guys. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're starting caliber guards, but you got a couple of those guys on your roster. Are they a huge upgrade from Andrew Wiley? I think Leary probably is. I think that would be worth it, but at the end of the day, they're probably going to roll with what they got right now. Do the Chiefs need to sign an offensive lineman? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Don't need to. Would it surprise me? Not really. Bring in more competition. I think that's something the Chiefs embrace. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Colin Weisenborn, how many edges will make the final roster? Well, I did a 53-man roster projection 4, 5, 6 weeks ago or so you can see what I did on that video. Got to subscribe, hit that big red button, and go check that out. But I will update this as well. We're into training camp now. I'm going to update my 53 roster projection, so hit that big red button and subscribe. That video will be on the channel sometime this next week. Share that link with a friend as well. I'll give a little tease here, though. You look at the defensive line. Obviously, Clark, Jones, Noddy, Okafor, Pinnell, and Saunders and Passanio. I think those guys are all locks to make the roster on D linemen. That leaves 2, maybe 3 spots available, depending on how many the Chiefs carry this year on that defensive line. I know you asked about edge specifically. Does Breeland Speaks make this team? Does Taco Charlton make this team? Does the rookie Michael Danna make this team? The Chiefs drafted him in the 5th round. They like something about him. I don't know what it was. I didn't even think he was going to get drafted, but I'll leave it to you guys. If you can only keep 2 of these guys, in a scenario where you keep 2 of these 3, which one are you cutting? Type BS for Breeland Speaks, type TC for Taco Charlton, type MD for Michael Danna. I'm keeping Breeland Speaks. I picked an early round pick from a couple of years ago. I'm giving him 1 more year. Charlton, Danna, those are kind of the 2 guys I'm looking at to perhaps cut in preseason.